Hey, this is Ari. In this video, I want to share a little clip with you from a podcast I did with Dr. Ryan Wolfort, a buddy of mine, on optimizing your brain for superhuman energy and superhuman brain health.
I've been doing it for, I've lost track, but I'm doing 2 a day now just because I've changed my training program, which leads perfectly into my next part of the six pack, because I'm doing more of like almost neurologically type tiring things. Like I want to be able to dunk again, dunk a basketball.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm retraining for that. So yes, it's a different type of training program that I'm used to. I'm in my 4th week of it, and we'll see how it goes. But yes, I've noticed myself even hungrier, even though I'm less tired when I do these workouts because it's more neurologically taxing.
Nice.
That leads us into the fitness, movement, and exercise part of the six pack. Again, we are made to move. There are so many benefits to exercise for the brain. It increases your brain size. I say increases your brain size by meaning, it stimulates this BDNF, the brain-derived neurotrophic factor. It increases the connections between the neurons, it promotes like neurogenesis, especially when it's more like high intensity type exercise. And even with exercise, varying the exercise too. And that's why I'm changing up my routine. Instead of just doing the same thing over and over again, I know it's going to help my brain too, not just my body. Prevents memory loss because it increases oxygen going to the brain. Again, all these things are so intuitive. And like a lot of times, there's a research study showing this. Like, okay, let's put our money somewhere else instead of just all these research studies that already kind of prove that exercise is good for you, right? I don't know if we have to do much anymore. And I don't care what you guys do for exercise. Some people say, well, what's the best exercise to do? And I say, well, what are you going to do? What one do you like? Then do that. And I bet as you start doing it, it's going to keep, you're almost going to crave it. Almost like even good food, as you eat, healthier food and these smoothies, you start to crave it because your body knows it's so good for you and your brain knows it's so good for you. Again, fitness, movement, exercise reduces anxiety and depression through GABA, boosts mood through serotonin. And I'll end it with this, saying it's not just working out hard. It's not like going for a run or doing a CrossFit workout or Pilates. It's just moving in general. Move throughout the day. I work from home quite a bit, and I tend to do the laundry. So now what I do is I put the laundry basket on the floor, and I'll squat down, pick it up, fold it, turn to the side, do lunges and squats while I'm doing it. I try to find these times throughout the day that I'm already doing an activity, not necessarily at my desk, but even then I'm at a standing desk now where I can do this and do some stretches. I won't do any squats because I'll disappear as I'm doing it, like spreading my feet, doing side lunges. And it's who I am. It's part of my life, or it's not even part of my life. It's part of who I am. And that's why I'll never not do it, no matter what age I get. And it's going to help me get to that age.
Yeah.
So that's fitness, movement, and exercise combined into one. Find out what you do or what you like to do. Try different things. I will say last one, if you don't like running and it's a stress to you, find something else. There's other things you can do if you hate to run. Now, if that's your stress release, by all means, go for it. All right. So that's 3 of them. Now, the next 3, this is one of my favorite too, along with focus and mindset. I think this is one of the least talked about. And Ari, I'm so proud of you because you are honestly one of the only ones that actually goes deep into this, right? Where this
it's more my brother who is a chiropractor and he's the real expert on it. And he happens to be my best friend for the last 20 years and workout partner. So I've learned a lot through him, but yes, I completely agree. It's like massively overlooked factor in good health and energy that very few people are talking about. And in fact, I haven't had anybody on this whole summit who is talking about it. My brother is actually not going to be a speaker in this summit. Just he didn't have the time to make it work. So you're literally the only person in the whole summit who's going to be mentioning this topic.
Well, I could have just done this topic then because I want to give it definitely the emphasis it deserves, because, you know, people talk about posture, right? Or the experts and gurus, they say it, but it's never a part of their core program. Or it's never part of the core of health for them, especially with the brain, with the body, with anything. And study after study. And again, we can talk about studies all we want. And I think your brother has even mentioned this as part of the masterclass when I watched that, was how these studies show just posture by itself is an indicator of morbidity and mortality. Where this forward posture here, you know, the rounded shoulder posture, where people equate as the only, like, you know, I got bad posture, you know, on their phone, on their computer, that has been shown to take up to 15 years off people's lives.
Yeah. And just, there's probably a lot of people listening who might not be familiar with the term morbidity and mortality. So at least morbidity, especially. So just explain those two words.
So basically it means disability. You are going to be disabled and you die sooner, for lack of to make it in simple terms. And they've done these studies like the Journal of Geriatrics, I think it was Journal of Geriatrics, 2 studies, 2005, 2006, and they're there. And I love these quotes here. One's from an MD, one's from a medical journal. Rene Callier, he's just a world-renowned. He passed away about 4 years ago, I believe, written tons of books about musculoskeletal health. And right here, to live a long, active, energetic life, few things matter more than good posture. And think about it. If we have this bowling ball that's 15 pounds sitting on the top of our shoulders and it gets out there, I want you to take 15 pounds, you the listener, like this, arms outstretched, and try to hold that 18 hours a day. And tell me if you're not going to be tired. One, you're not going to be able to do it because it wears your body out. So that's the effect of just mechanically, but even neurologically, they've shown this too, how that like kyphosis, that kyphotic posture, what that does is it stretches the spinal cord on the inside. So think about a rubber band stretching, that's like the spinal cord, and now it's tight and it's tense. And now those nerve signals, that communication just gets interfered with and blocked, going to every cell, tissue, and organ, and your body's not going to be able to heal like it should. It's not going to have the energy. Your brain isn't going to function because now that afferent information from your feet all the way through your body isn't going to tell it what's going on, and it's not going to be able to make adjustments. Now, with posture, it's also, you know, this side-to-side posture too. It's not just that slump posture. And that's what a lot of people forget. Because posture, and this is it right here, posture affects and moderates every physiologic function, from breathing to hormone production, spinal pain, headache, mood, blood pressure, pulse, lung capacity are among the functions most easily influenced by posture. American Journal of Pain Management right there. That's back in 1994. We've known this for years.
Yeah.
But it's just, I guess it's not a sexy thing. I don't know. But it's an effective thing. It directly impacts our brain and energy. And now, why do I call it function for this one? One, because our structure dictates our function in this case. And all function comes from the brain. So that's why I call this function. All right?
Yeah, I think this is huge. And, you know, in that quote from the medical journal, the lung capacity issue is very interesting, because if you consider the physical posture of being, you know, rounded forward, hyperkyphotic, is actually decreasing the ability of the lungs to expand in the chest cavity. And, you know, what happens if, you know, let's say your lung expansion is limited by even just something like 10% or 15% on every breath, on the thousands of breaths that you do every day, you know, that can absolutely affect oxygenation of your blood and of your tissues in a way that leads to decreased energy. So I completely agree with you, and thank you for emphasizing the importance of this one. It's so important, and I think it's not even just that it's not sexy. I think it's just that so many people just don't ever learn about it. You know, MDs certainly don't learn about it. They don't even learn nutrition or exercise, but even the people who study nutrition or exercise rarely learn posture. I mean, I didn't learn about it in my education, and I have an extensive background in those topics. I only learned about it through my brother. Yeah. So, it's something that I think is just not taught and appreciated as much as it should be.
Yeah, I have experience with it since I was 13 years old, and thank God that happened to me, because who knows if I would have went down this road, and I would be one of those not talking about it either. And I love that how you mentioned the lung capacity, because everybody listening and watching, they can do the simple test. So slump down, take a deep breath in or a couple of deep breaths, and then get as in what you feel like is a good posture, and then take a couple breaths, and then you'll be able to tell the difference. But breathing's a whole other issue where maybe they have problem, they don't know how to breathe, and that's a whole other problem, where it's decreasing the oxygen on every single breath, leading to more inflammation, leading to more of that threat response too. So yes, I love it. Thank you so much for pointing that out, because I know exactly what you're talking about with your brother. When I saw you talk about that, I'm like with him, and I was like, awesome. And he was saying like the same studies I was. And so the more we both can talk about it, the even better.
Hey, this is Ari, and if you enjoyed this little clip, I highly recommend checking out the full-length podcast by clicking the link down below this video in the description. Check it out. You're going to learn a ton more valuable information. Also, as always, I want to mention at the Energy Blueprint, we offer a ton of solutions to help you increase your energy, and as a side effect, help you prevent disease, dramatically improve your brain function, your mood, combating anxiety and depression, increasing your resilience to stress, and increasing your longevity. All nice bonuses to strategies designed to massively increase your mitochondrial function and your energy levels. And we've got a whole suite of products, online info products that guide you on strategies to optimize your lifestyle and nutrition habits. We've got an Eat for Energy course. We've got a brain course. We've got an advanced fat loss strategies course. We've got a breathing for energy course, which I highly, highly recommend. People just absolutely rave about that one in particular. And we've got a whole suite of supplements, mitochondrial formula, a brain formula, energy essentials and superfoods, which is our comprehensive multivitamin and multimineral and superfoods formula, and much, much more, actually. We've got, as of this moment in time, depending on when you're watching this, but as of this moment I'm recording it, I've got an amazing new anti-aging longevity formula on the way, and an incredible new sleep formula that will be coming out in the next few weeks. Thank you for watching this. Again, full length link to the full length podcast is down below, and check out theenergyblueprint.com for our whole suite of products that can help you dramatically transform your energy levels. Talk to you soon.